Good afternoon, and welcome to the Let's Go There with Sassy C and Tia. It is another beautiful day in the city of Indianapolis, and we are happy to be here. So, just to share a little bit about Let's Go There, our mission is really to provide a space where challenging topics are discussed openly without any judgment. And those topics should lead to growth, learning, and transparency. Our topics encompass the will of life. We will talk about things from spirituality to emotional well-being, health, wealth, family, social events, and relationships. And today we're talking about relationships. This is part 2 from our show on last week when we had the ladies in the house, and they were talking about relationship challenges and things that they wanted in a man, and would they settle or would they wait forever? Today's topic is part 2 of that, all about love and relationships. What do men really want? So we're going to have a great conversation today. I'm so excited about our guests that are in the house tonight with us, or I should say this afternoon with us. We have returning friend of the show, Lindell Campbell, to the show. Yay. Yeah, I'll have you guys share a little bit about yourselves in just a moment. We also have returning guests. You weren't here for us on part 1. We have James Dixon in the house. Yeah. Thank you so much. And we have a new friend to the show, Pastor Henry McMullen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Grateful to be here.
Yeah, we're thankful that you guys are all here today to join in the conversation. So, Lindell, share with the audience a little bit about yourself. We'll go around the table before we jump into questions.
For those that know, I pretty much kind of started out with singing. I pretty much started out in Indianapolis, I would say some years ago. So acting took place shortly after, probably 4 years ago. So I've been doing that, and now I have ventured into the whole arena of the T-shirt line, launched that. So, yeah.
Did you bring any T-shirts this afternoon?
You know what? I was like, I got one for you, though. I got one for you.
Great answer.
It's like only one.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Because she has hers.
You got her T-shirt?
Yes, he did.
Because I looked and I was like,
thank you.
Okay, so then the next one that I order, I get like 10% discount.
Okay. You see how we...
See, you get when you don't ask. Thank you, Lindell. Next to the show.
Hey, I'm James Dixon. Ministry involved, model for Under Armour, Old Shore, and Prevail. I've just kind of grew into my own in this last year. Things have really taken off for me. So we're talking about what men want today. I think it takes a lifetime to get mature enough to really know, and now to get to the point when it's only after you know yourself that you can start looking for what you need or what you want. So I'm just here hanging out with Pastor and Wendell. We'll see what happens, man.
Pastor Henry, can you tell the people a little bit about yourself, please?
Well, yeah, I'm very excited to be here. Pastor Henry McMullen, proud pastor of Renewing Faith Church here in the great city of Indianapolis, Indiana, 4520 Hillside Avenue. Also, the owner and publisher of Vivian Rose Publishing, and I wrote and published my first book last year, It Hurts, But It's Necessary, Standing Strong When God Seems Silent. And so proud husband to Joy McMullen, and together we have 5 wonderful children. So hopefully I know something about relationships, so I'm grateful to be in the building right now.
Awesome. So we are, as my co-host Tia said, we are super excited about having you guys on today. We're just going to kick this conversation on off. We ask that you guys are transparent. And again, on this platform, we pride ourselves on, you don't have to sugarcoat. You can just say how you feel. So yeah, we're super excited. So we're going to kick this on off with the first question, fellas, of trying to choose which question. I want to ask, what does the meaning of love? What's the meaning of love to you? We're going to kick that off with that question. What is the meaning of love? Lindell, what does love mean to you? Less Love by Lindell.
Less Love by Lindell. The question is, what does love mean to me?
Yes.
I think love is everything. I think when it comes down to it, whether you have a strong faith or not, however God it shows up in your life, I think the representation of love is just that. It's the fact that you have life and you breathe on your own. And as my grandmama say, I wake up every day and I can move my limbs and I don't need help with doing that. And I think that's what, to me, that's what love is being able to live in a space where you can share that with somebody who appreciates that same space and adds to whatever it is that you already possess. But I think sometimes we complicate that. Obviously, we complicate that because we're also complicated people. And I think that's why, things may go the way that they go. So,
Pastor Henry, what is the meaning of love to you?
In short, to me, love is simply this. It's a choice. I think a lot of times people have the distorted view to think that love has anything at all to do with how you feel. Most times when we're counseling people, I ask them, how do you know you love this person? What's this feeling I get when I'm around them? Guess what? Feelings go away. Love has nothing to do with how you feel, because if the truth be told, I believe each and every one of us could stay that's seated here today. If you've been in a relationship for any length of time, you don't always feel like loving the person that you're with. Even when you give your vows, it's a choice that you make. Do you take this woman, so on and so on. And so to me, I choose to love you regardless of how I feel or how you feel about me. And I think that's what love is giving it away and trusting that it comes back to you. It's a choice you make.
And I really wish we would start teaching from that perspective, because it really is a choice. Like, at the end of the day, I may not like you all the time, but like you said, I'm choosing to love you despite the fact that I don't like you right now.
Sure. And
we get that confused. Like you said, we think it's this feeling, the butterflies in our stomachs, and when I see you, I just want to hop in the bed. It don't have nothing to do with that. I'm choosing to love your flaws. I'm choosing to love the good side of you. I'm choosing to love the hell you put me through. I'm making that decision. And when you make a decision, we always talk about on the show, you decide, you put everything else to death. That means I'm not going to let anything unreasonable break the bond that we have.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. Now, if it's on me, then,
it's on you.
Right? I would say love is, it boils down to, after you've made that choice, love is like you have duty and you have experience, right? So people will say, it's my duty to love you because I made a vow. It's my duty to do this because of, but duties die. Experience is what lives. So by loving you, love it translates into actions. How a person treats you can be like another deposit into the love bank. So when something negative happens, you get to outweigh them. There's so much positive that comes from them that this one hiccup, I can overcome it because there's enough deposits of love. So love is an experience thing where you continually show a person through actions. People verbalize it, but it's easy to say you love someone. It must be an action. When Christ died on the cross for our sins, it was an act of love. It wasn't just a comment of it. And love is, for me, someone's consistent behaviors that show up, even if it's not based on our finances. All those things can be messed up, but it's who they are, that nature, and how you are towards me, in spite of what we go through. That's what love is.
Consistent. Let's talk about that word consistent for a moment. Tia, did you want to add anything before we say anything?
I think the gentleman said it best. I mean, love is an action, and love isn't love until you give it away. And
Right.
And I really do believe that. And I believe it's the consistency of what we do, even when the variables and when the situations don't always line up. I'm still deciding to show up in a certain way, and I think that equals respect and trust is all in that word love as well.
Can we talk about consistency for a moment, fellas? I have a question. Why is it so hard for men to be consistent in what they do when it comes to relationships, dating? Why is that consistency piece so hard for men? Y'all start off real good, like that first week or two, everything is kosher and good, and then like by the second,
Who agrees with that?
y'all fall
you agree
off.
with that?
In today's dating era, there is a strong wave of inconsistencies. And I think the better question is to expect inconsistencies from broken men. You don't realize you're dealing with broken men until you become one of the pieces of their trauma.
Wait a minute, hold on. You saying we should expect inconsistency from broken men? I just want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
Right. that doesn't mean
Okay, for my Facebook listeners, he said, women, we should expect inconsistency from broken men. We got to unpack that too. Go ahead.
and the reason I say that is because I myself have been inconsistent. And so, and you say you want to be raw, right? You know me
Yeah,
for
I
years.
know.
So to be inconsistent, it takes some work. Just like it takes work to be consistent. So you have two options. You're either going to do action, right? You can love all day long. Oh, girl, I love you from your baby toe all the way to the top of your wig.
Baby toe.
But when it comes down to, okay, where's that effort? Where's that work? If you're because I think your trauma conditions you. We talked about it the last time, right? Your trauma conditions you, and so that becomes home. So when it's time for you to really step up and be, let's say, be a man, and you want to really, do this and that, you're either going to choose, you know what, I am going to go the extra mile because I believe in myself enough to do so. But again, if you're more focused on your what you've been through and the woes of that, you're going to go back to it because it's just like a pig returning, to a sloth, right?
Okay. I mean, you said something. How about this? Instead of just the aspect of being a brokenness of a man, in the same way with a job, when we hire people, when they come in an interview, what shift would you like? Any. Can we count on you? I will always be here. I will do whatever, right? And then, they're excited, they're enthusiastic, anything. And they were like, I just want to get started. Yeah. When can you start? I can start today, right? That enthusiasm. Then you get them in, and you start to see true habits in nature before 90 days is up, And so then you're like, okay, I know because people have a difference, who they believe they are theoretically, right? Or who they believe they can be at the best of their potential. And so when you meet a man, he's like, let me show you the best side of me, but I'm presenting it hoping that you will accept me, right? And
you sending your representative.
As long as you're around, like the thing about a representative, he can be that as long as he's with you in short doses. But the longer you're around somebody,
the real them,
it's hard to remember to stay in character. It's
right.
like, wait a minute, I forgot I'm supposed to be chivalrous. Or you'll be dealing with a guy and the guy won't be honest because of he's trying to protect his image. For example, go on a date and he goes out and he has $75 in his pocket, but you mentioned that you want to go to Ruth Chris. So he's like, okay. So I want to give the appearance that whatever you want, I'll do for you. So he gets there, and he'll make a selection of, I'm just going to get the salad.
The salad?
Or the soup. And give me water, no ice.
Sir, would you like wine? No.
I'm driving. This is past, I'll be up testifying tomorrow. I don't want to be tipsy. We'll say that, but we're really trying to stay within a budget, but leave enough room for you, right? And so then he may disappear the next time. You're like, I thought we were going to go out next Thursday. Thursday. Well, he doesn't have enough in his budget for it. So the inconsistency because he just wasn't authentic with you and say, listen, we're going to have to just go to Costco, buy some items, and make some meals. I can't do that, But so sometimes the inconsistency isn't about the brokenness. It's about hiding some of your vulnerability.
That's
really
good.
That's really
Pastor
good.
Henry, you want to weigh in on?
Well, I would add to
I like that.
in saying that I think we'd have to define what inconsistency looks like because you made mention about experiences, and I think a lot of times with women, their expectation of inconsistency or consistency has been centered around their previous experience. And so a lot of times women don't really know what they're looking for in a lot of ways because they equate every new experience with a previous experience.
That's good.
How long is he going to continue to do this? Well, the last person I went, he went on for about 2 months.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him 2 months. And if he don't turn.
Usually they last 4 months and I got to switch them up.
Exactly.
Turn.
So I think
turn.
again, I think it has to be really be defined what consistency looks like from the woman's perspective.
You want me to define it?
So
That would
redefine.
have-
Okay.
Yeah.
Redefine.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, with me.